A new poll by the Texas Politics Project at UT reveals what Texans think about the job performance for President Trump and top Texas leaders, plus some of their top concerns. Sarah Jenkins has this week's brief.
Trump's approval in Texas has dropped to near his first-term levels. 47% approve, 46% disapprove, shifting focus to economic concerns. Texans feel worse off than last year, with disapproval of his economic handling rising, but he still holds strong support among Republicans. Where immigration and border security once dominated, rising prices, property taxes, and tariffs now hold equal priority. The majority say increasing tariffs will be bad for Texas, with 34% saying it will be, quote, very bad. Governor Abbott's approval rating among voters mirrors the president. 44% approve and 43% disapprove. Not far off, Senator Ted Cruz has a 42% approval rating with Texas voters and a 44% disapproval rate. Staying in the Senate, only 27% approve of John Cornyn, 41% disapprove. As for the man running against him, Attorney General Ken Paxton has a 33% approval rating and a 38% disapproval rating from Texas voters.
Thank you, Sarah. The Texas Lottery's days may be numbered. Doubts about its future have come after state leaders say questionable jackpots have been awarded. Lawmakers have not approved a budget for the Lottery Commission for the next 2 years as of yet. The agency was already under a sunset review, which every state agency faces every 12 years. If lawmakers don't approve its continuation, it will be abolished. The lottery is under a number of state investigations. After questionable multi-million-dollar jackpots, the state Senate banned the use of couriers who help customers buy lottery tickets, which lawmakers said violated state law. The Lottery Commission stopped using couriers to sell lottery tickets after saying for years that it did not have the authority to do so. Various officials at the commission have also resigned. In addition to all that, some lawmakers want to abolish the lottery itself, which has provided billions of dollars to public education and millions of dollars for veterans assistance programs. We spoke with Democratic State Representative Chris Turner, who wants to save the lottery, and Republican State Representative Matt Shaheen, who wants to abolish it and has filed a bill to do so.
I absolutely do. Yeah, look, the state really shouldn't be in the business of driving what I call it addiction to gambling. It's, the lottery was meant to be this thing where, you go to the grocery store, you buy a lottery ticket, you go home and see what happens. And now it's just it's evolved into this really expansion as far as you can buy lottery tickets online. We had these courier services that were literally buying lottery tickets in bulk. We had one instance where there was a lottery, online lottery entity overseas, so not even here in the United States, that purchased $25 million worth of the different scenarios and combinations of the lottery and won an $83 million jackpot. So now you have Texans that are going in, buying a handful of lottery tickets, not realizing that their opportunity to win the big jackpot is actually declining because of this online mechanism.
Do you really see the Texas legislature and the governor signing off on killing the Texas lottery?
There's a big question right now if the lottery should exist. And so there's a scenario where we just let it die. If the sunset bill for the lottery is not passed and doesn't become law, the lottery goes away. So I have filed legislation to get rid of the lottery. That's one scenario. Or there's a scenario where it doesn't make it out of sunset. The third scenario is obviously there's some type of arrangement made, some type of negotiation, and we do pass the lottery sunset bill.
I am concerned, but I am confident, though, at the end of the day, the legislature is not going to abandon more than 30 years of mostly successful work that the Texas Lottery has done. The lottery raises significant money for public education in our state, and raises, importantly, valuable funds to serve our veterans. In fact, in my first legislative session, I passed the Veterans Lottery Scratch-Off Bill that to date has raised over $260 million for veterans just in the last 15 years. That money is not going to get replaced. It's not going to come from somewhere else. So people who say, well, let's get rid of the lottery, well, tell me how you're going to replace $250 million in funding for our veterans that they depend on and they deserve, frankly. And while on a public education, while the lottery revenue is a small percentage of the overall education budget, it's still a couple $2 billion. And so where is that money going to come from? And so to the extent that there are problems in the Lottery Commission or with the lottery game itself, let's identify those and let's work to fix them. I'm confident we can do that. But it would be crazy, in my view, to completely get rid of the lottery.
And so your message is let's fix the problems, all while keeping the lottery.
Yeah, that's right. I do think that there's a growing consensus at a minimum. The courier services need to be banned, and if not banned, severely or significantly regulated.
Aside from Representative Shaheen's bill, State Senator Bob Hall of Edgewood has also filed legislation to abolish the lottery, and it could be voted on in a committee in the Senate in the next week. And before we go, First Lady Melania Trump honored former First Lady and Texan Barbara Bush. At the White House Thursday, the First Lady unveiled a commemorative stamp honoring the life and legacy of the late Mrs. Bush.
Mrs. Bush's legacy is marked by her respect for tradition, while also breaking with convention. While she is known for championing literacy, she also supported women's empowerment, changed the national conversation on AIDS, and took a stance supporting gay rights.
Among those who attended, Duro Bush Koch, daughter of Barbara Bush and former President George H.W. Bush. And don't forget, you can watch all the full interviews of those on our show today by going to our CBS Texas YouTube page. And while you're there, hit the subscribe button. And that's all for Eye on Politics this week. I'm Jack Fink. I am listening, and we are listening to you at CBS News Texas. And from all of us here, happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. Have the best day.